Didn't even go to his own mother's funeral?
She was in France when she died. None of us made it to her funeral.
Oh, so she dropped out of the picture, too.
A lot of black artists and singers left this country in order to be appreciated and recognized. It was just easier for them to create an atmosphere where they won so much hate.
Maybe Danny made the same choice. Took the easier route.
Choir. When my cousin, the great Marian Anderson, sang at the Lincoln Memorial to a crowd of 75,000, it was only after she was barred from singing at Constitution Hall. Yes.
Last week, the same thing happened to my Aunt Kiki. She was supposed to sing at the Eleganza Hotel, but she stood up for her rights and sang in our living room instead.
Well, I wouldn't compare Kiki Dennis to Marian Anderson by any stretch. Now, children, refer to the music I've passed out. What a friend we have in Jesus. Helen, I would like you to do the solo. Your voice reminds me so very much of my cousin Marian's.
But I didn't get a chance to try out for the solo.
Everyone had a chance. Why didn't you?
Because I hadn't developed my style yet. Can I try out now? Here's my music. Take it from the top. You know I was drunk when I lay down across your bed. You know I was drunk when I lay down across your bed. All the whiskey I drank, it's gone right to my head.
That's enough.
Wait to the bridge. That's when I really cut loose. Whiskey, whiskey.
Rene Jackson, you stop singing that song immediately.
What's wrong with it?
It's blasphemous and in poor taste.
Well, maybe you need to learn more about black culture, Mrs. Anderson.
What?
Marian Anderson sings white people's music. My Aunt Kiki isn't ashamed of who she is.
Sassing, Miss Anderson? Switching your butt and smoking? Yes, I've smelled it on you.
I didn't sass Miss Anderson. I just explained to her about black culture.
You, all of 11 years old, lecturing a grown woman with your condescending know-it-all Kiki attitude.
You're just jealous of Aunt Kiki, that's all.
What?
Because I'm like she is and you're just an old Aunt Jane.
Aunt Jane? As in Uncle Tom and Aunt Jane?
You don't speak up for yourself. You think being a lady means acting like white folk. Ow!
Being a lady means being polite to people.
Ow.
It has nothing to do with color. And no child of mine is going to sass me.
Hello? Where is everybody?
Wipe that lipstick off.
Ooh, look at what I got for you. Baby, what's wrong with my little chocolate drop?
Kiki, I'd appreciate if you drop all references to color in this house.
What are you talking about, Sarah? I just want her to know how pretty she is.
Of course she's pretty. But I want her to learn how to be pretty on the inside, because that's what counts.
Sarah, you know when she's out there in the white world, that might not be what they say about her.
I am so glad that you were trying to prepare my daughter to deal with the world. But since you're so keen on helping children, where's yours? You haven't said one word about Danny since you've been here. We hadn't even seen a picture. We are educating Rene just fine. Stop interfering.
I just want her to be able to deal with a world that's bigger than Birmingham. You may be content to live here, but she might not be. There are those of us that won't put up with this abuse.
Oh, so what do? Run away? Move up north? Come back home once a year to sing?
I stood up to that hotel owner, Sarah. I told him I wouldn't be singing there unless there were changes made.
Oh, you had a whole week of inconvenience, Kiki. James and I moved back here to fight 365 days a year. Well, I don't know who put the term Aunt Jane in my daughter's vocabulary. But if there's any Aunt Jane in this house, she's just visiting.
Hey. What's up?
Didn't get it. They said there was a discrepancy in our pricing data.
The budget?
Yeah. I could have spotted it if I would have had the damn thing on time.
I'm really sorry, Collier. I checked it 3 times. I worked so hard to make sure that it was right.
Did you? I'm gonna grab a beer.
Wait a minute. You think I did that on purpose?
Mary Elizabeth, ever since I can remember, you've been on me to straighten up my act, get my act together, hell, even get an act. And now that I'm doing it, I don't think you can handle it.
Come along, Rene. Visiting hour's almost over.
I got here as soon as I could, Mama. Things got very busy at the office today.
His wife said they hadn't found another match yet. He's still waiting.
I know you think I'm being heartless.
This isn't a complicated procedure. I'll be fine. It hurts me, Rene. You are bigger than this. You're better than this.
Mama, your heart is as big as the sky. It's your health I'm trying to protect.
Nobody ever loved him, Rene.
That's not true.
Black folk hated him because he looked white, and when white folk found out he was black, they treated him differently. Can you imagine not fitting in anywhere? Black, white, he could be blue for all I care. He's my nephew, and I want to help him. Trudy? What happened? What's the matter? What's wrong with Danny?
Danny suffered tumor lysis syndrome, breakdown of his kidneys, severe toxicity. The only hope he has now is to perform a transplant if we can stabilize him. Excuse us.
Oh. Oh, my God. If that child dies.
I mean, look what I just found in Mama's purse.
She was so beautiful. Life for her was always just peachy keen, wasn't it?
I don't know anymore. I know that she and my mother didn't get along, and I still don't know why. Oh, and me, Mama's been in there over an hour. The bone marrow extraction was supposed to be a short procedure.
I'm sure she's fine, Rene. So when does Danny get his transplant?
In a few days. They've got to treat the marrow first, and he's got to finish a high dose of chemo and radiation.
How's he doing? You seen him?
He's hanging in. You know what? Part of me still feels it would have been so much easier if he just stayed away to begin with. Isn't that awful?
Strange how nice girls can have such dark thoughts. Let me buy you a soda. Come on.
Hey, have you heard about the contract?
Yes, it's official. We didn't get it. You know what Colliar accused me of?
Blowing the deal?
Worse than that. Blowing off the